All right, so this next video is just going to be an optional thing if you want to see more example problems. I don't know if I'll do this every week, but I'm doing it this week. Feel free to let me know if it helps you. The more people it helps, the more likely I am to continue doing it. So what we have right here, let's look at problem number 2 on the homework assignment. In problem number 2, we got Patrick, and Patrick is leaving an $8 tip at a $50 restaurant bill. The question is, what percent tip is that? So percent is part divided by whole. So we're going to say part over whole. That's what we're going to look at here. And it's an $8 tip divided by $50 restaurant bill. What percent is that? Multiply this out, divide this out, and you should get 0.16. To convert it, move the decimal place 2 to the right. That's 16% tip. There you go. Problem number 9. We have a company and they want to decrease their energy use by 15%. So if their energy bill is currently $2,200 a month, what will their bill be if they are successful? And assuming a linear relationship with no flat fees or charges. So let's look at it. Let's write the information down. Okay. So they want to decrease, they want a 15% decrease. And we're currently at $2,200 a month. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can say, let's find out what 15% of this is and then subtract that. You could also say, well, if we're decreasing by 15%, right? 15% decrease means we're going to pay 85%. Up to you on how you want to calculate this, how you want to think about it. There's a lot of different ways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, yeah, let's just find out what 85% of 2,200 is. And we'll have that. So we go to the calculator and say, what is 0.85 times 2,200? And we're going to get 1870. Make sure you have your answer with the right units though. So it's $1870. Okay. Like so. I will be giving points for the correct units where it is appropriate. So the question is, for part B, if their next bill is $1,700 a month, were they successful? Well, it's not a 15% decrease. It's more than a 15% decrease, right? So yes, that's more than 15%. And you do have to explain your answer because it asked you to. And that's one potential answer that you can give right here. Okay. You could also calculate the percentage decrease and say, oh yeah, that's a 20% decrease, whatever it is, which is more than 15%. You can give a nice little smiley face too. All right, let's do number 17. We didn't talk about this explicitly in the videos. Are these two claims equivalent in conflict or not comparable? Because they're talking about different things. 16.3% of Americans are without health insurance. Only 55.9% of adults receive employer-provided health insurance. So, are they the same statement? Do they disagree with each other? Or is it something else? Can they both be true? Well, let's do one thing at a time. Are these the same statement? No, they're not. They don't mean the same thing. Okay. This is talking about how many people have health insurance. And this is talking about how many people get health insurance from their job. Okay. So they're talking about different things. So they can both be true, right? They're not in conflict with one another because some people get their own health insurance without not through their employer, maybe through a spouse or Actually, that might be included into here. Or maybe they pay for it on their own, which is ridiculous. Anyway, there's a lot of... I'm not going to start talking about health insurance. But the answer is they're not comparable. These are not comparable statements. They're related. But that'll be our answer. Okay. Next problem I wanted to look at is 28. So if you scroll down to 28, find a unit rate. We got Joel, and Joel ran 1,500 meters in 4 minutes and 45 seconds. So we want a unit rate. So we want our answer probably in meters per second. Again, unit rate just means there's a 1 on the denominator. So right now, what we have, right, is 1,500 meters in 4 minutes, 45 seconds. And we want meters per 1 second. But this is a weird thing. This is not really a mathematical quantity that I've written here. We need to convert this time. Because we essentially have a mixed number here, 4 minutes and 45 seconds. So if we convert 4 minutes and 45 seconds, let's just convert 4 minutes. That's 240 seconds. So 4 minutes, 45 seconds. It's just adding another 45 seconds to that. That's going to be important. So this is going to be 1,500 meters in 285 seconds. So to turn this into a unit rate, we want this denominator to be 1. So we'll divide the top and the bottom by 285. Okay, if we divide the top and the bottom by 285, the bottom is now just 1. And the top is 1,500 divided by 285. Which is about 5.26 meters per second. And that is our unit rate here. That is his speed. Last problem we're going to do on this video is problem number 40. We have a chain, and this chain weighs 10 pounds per every foot. This is kind of similar to our other one from the video. How many ounces will 4 inches weigh? Okay, so we had a chain is 10 pounds per foot. And the question is, how many ounces will 4 inches weigh? So very similar. A couple of ways that you can do this. You could convert this to a unit rate and then multiply by 4. Or you could do it like we did it in the other one. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to try to be consistent and do it like we did the other one. Let's convert to the same units. All right, we're going to convert to ounces over inches. So we have 10 pounds per 1 foot. We want ounces, so we have to put the pounds on the bottom. There are 16 ounces in 1 pound. The pounds cancel. Now we have ounces per feet, but we want ounces per inches. So we multiply by feet on the top, so the feet cancel. And there's 1 foot and 12 inches. Multiply this all across. You're going to get 160 divided by 12. Which is 13.3 repeating. And our units are ounces over inches. And now we can set up the proportion. This ratio has to equal this ratio, cross multiply, and solve. Again, there's other ways of doing this. You could find the reciprocal here. That would be inches per ounce. And we have 4 inches, so we can multiply by 4. But I'm going to try to be consistent. So we know that 13.3 repeating ounces is to 1 inch, exactly as X ounces is to 4 inches. Cross multiply, 13.1 times x is x. 13.3 repeating times 4 is some number. Let's multiply it out and get our answer. It's going to be 53.3 repeating, or about 53.33. And our answer is in ounces. Okay, so 1 foot of a chain was this. 1 foot of a chain was 10 pounds. 4 inches, that's 1/3 of a foot. So it should be 1/3 of this, so about 3.3 pounds. 3.3 pounds multiplied by 16 should give you this many ounces, is another way of solving the problem. There's a ton of ways of solving these problems. This module is problem solving, okay? As long as what you're doing is mathematically correct, do it your own way, that's fine. I try to be consistent so that I'm not always switching it up, but there's a lot of ways to do this, which is kind of fun. And one of the cool ways about math, as long as you can kind of figure it out. So if you have more questions on these homework problems, don't hesitate to reach out. Good luck on your quiz. Good luck on your, I don't remember whether this week was an activity or discussion. Good luck with your life.